All right, it is movie review time again, and I recently took the opportunity to watch a relatively new movie, Cult Killer. Now, Cult Killer is about a private detective who has been brought aboard by Antonio Banderas, who's another private detective, and she starts working for him, and eventually she has a case fall in her lap because his character, and I'm going to give a spoiler here, his character is actually killed early in the movie. In fact, I think the only purpose for him being in this movie is to give this movie some star power so that people will watch it, because he's hardly in the movie, and when he is, it's just as background. It's just basically him training her to be a private investigator. That's really the only purpose he serves in this movie, and so it really is a very bad case of false advertising. But anyway, after this happens, she finds out that the person who has killed him and doing some other killings, she's trying to wipe out a cult who would kidnap young people and do nefarious things with them, and she was part of this, and now, of course, she's out for revenge. And so the private investigator, of course, is trying to get her to realize, hey, if you'll work with us, work with us and the police, we'll be able to solve everything, and you won't have to keep down the path that you're going. And that's the basis of the movie. Beyond the Antonio Banderas, I'm going to call it fiasco, the dialogue in a lot of this is pretty bad, pretty cheesy. You've seen a lot of this really in other movies. It doesn't really feel like it brings anything new, even though it is trying. It acts like it wants to bring something new, but it really just does not work at all. If you like these types of movies, I wouldn't rush out to see it if you haven't seen it. Let me say that. I would hold out. There's a lot of other things out there that are a lot better. Again, if you are an Antonio Banderas fan, I wouldn't see it, because you're going to be highly disappointed in the fact of how they use him in this movie. So I don't give it much in terms of a high recommendation. In fact, I give it a pretty low recommendation. I rate it 1.5 out of 5 stars.